Hi guys, welcome back to Sour for second semester here. I'm here with everyone's favorite volleyball coach, Miss AGNELLO.
Hi!
Okay, so for today's first candy we have sour gummy bears.
Okay.
So let me go ahead and eat one.
I actually like this stuff. I have a feel I'm not going to even react.
Oh boy.
No, I won't. I will.
Okay, how have you used your college volleyball experience coaching here at McHenry?
So in college, so there's like a certain level of expectation when you walk on the court, and it's like you have to perform right now. And a lot of the game prep that went on in college, I've tried to take into McHenry here, but it's easier said than done because I don't know as much about the teams we're playing as I would have known in college. But in college, you know, everyone's on the same page. Everyone wants the same things. There's one level, that's it. But here, there's 4 or 5 different levels if you can count freshman A, freshman B, and every level's got a different goal. So I don't necessarily take what I took from college into some of my lower levels because that's more development. But definitely at varsity, like, okay, this is what we need to do right now. This is how we have to do it. This is the opponent. This is what we're going to try and look at. So as much as I can take into that, I do, but it's definitely more specific to the JV varsity level.
And then how was your experience playing in college?
Intense. It's very, very intense. I remember being told verbatim, I am not a student athlete. I'm not a student athlete as in I'm a student first. My job is to be an athlete. And that's not necessarily what's supposed to be said on the record, but it really is true. Especially when you're playing on a scholarship, you're there and they're saying, "Here, we're going to pay for your education. You better show up and produce." My coach was pretty tough. He was considered one of the most challenging coaches to ever play for, and I think that did me a huge favor because I'm able to be, for lack of better terms, yelled at and told what I'm doing wrong and take it the right way to improve versus get offended by it. So it was tough though. And it's a grind. You know, you go to college and you don't come home, and it's all year long. But if you love it, then it's like a dream world, and plus you get to meet people right away, and it makes the transition socially a lot easier because you walk in and you have a group of friends.
Yeah. All right, that's all I have for that candy.
Do I have to eat all of them?
If you can.
Oh,
I
can.
You can if you want. All right, then next we have these blue raspberry sour strips.
Okay.
These are the ones that are like pink lemonade but less gross.
I think I had these at the movies. No, I went to see that horrendous movie, Megan.
Oh, yeah.
It was bad. It was really bad.
Okay.
All right.
What do you wish that students understood more about being a dean?
Oh, good question. At the beginning, I think most students see a dean as only punitive. You're only in trouble dishing out consequences, when in reality I wish kids knew my goal as a dean is to see their discipline needs shrink as they go through high school. Mm-hmm. Because my goal isn't to consequence and punish. It's a byproduct of what I do, but my goal is to say you walked in and through working with me and you trusted me that yeah, I told the truth, I messed up. Everyone messes up. And dean's goals are to make you better when you leave this building, not say, hey, I suspended you for so many days and, you know, I gave you so many detentions like it's some badge of honor, because it's not. My badge of honor would be a kid walked in to freshman, sophomore year when I got them and had maybe some discipline issues, and they just didn't get it yet on how to self-regulate, control, trust adults, and that they left going, wow, I have a different perspective on people who are in positions of authority. That if they're placed the right way with the right intentions, that authority can help you leave here. And like I'll try and get kids jobs. I try and help them out with things they have going on outside of school, because that all comes inside. So I want kids to know, like, I'm not your enemy by any means. You put me in a position to be sometimes, but my goal is for them to leave here and be a better person. And I really mean that. Like, I don't really ever want bad for kids. I don't think anything really is necessarily your fault at this stage in your life.
All right, that's all I have.
I'm killing it.
That one.
No reaction.
Wait.
I know, I'm talking a big game.
Okay. These are the Warthead like sour cube
Great.
things. These ones were interesting.
1, 2, 3.
Okay. What do you miss most about being a teacher that you wish you could do more as dean?
See kids, when I'm teaching, I'm able to see success right away. Like you studied, you got a good grade. Also very consistent communication with kids. I miss that because like as a dean, you come in either something went wrong or you're in trouble, and I don't get to necessarily see those positives on the daily. I do every now and then have kids come in and be like, guess what happened? This and that, and that's awesome. But the consistency of that goes way down as a dean. Like really unfortunate. It's unfortunate. The nature of the job is to not be catching you at your best moment. Mm-hmm. It's catching you at your maybe a bad moment. And then if I'm lucky, I get to know you and you guys come back in and tell me like, hey, this happened, that happened, or this is a good thing. But that happens a lot as a teacher. It can happen daily, and I miss that because that's the fun stuff.
Mm-hmm. Do you miss like working in the Math Resource Center? Because I know I saw you a lot there my freshman year, but stuff like that.
Yes, because that was like an awesome setup because I didn't really have to grade. I don't like doing that. I didn't have to grade, but I got to consistently just help. Like it's a pure helping capacity role. And that was really validating. So I miss that. But I miss being in control of you a little bit. Like I'm giving you your grades. I'm giving you your lessons. Yeah. And I missed that part of when I was in the Math Resource Center, that I lose some control. Like, here you go, little one, go pass your tests, and I really hope I prepared you. And then it's out of my control.
Yeah. Okay, that's all I have for that, Candy. Oh boy. Okay.
The Warheads?
Yep. It's like these next three are just like bang, bang, bang.
All right. Is this the kind that have the juice stuff in the middle?
I think.
Okay.
Maybe.
All right.
Probably. Okay. What are some common misconceptions about being a dean?
Ooh. It's got my jaw. Yeah. You go from like 2 to 10.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. My jaw hurts.
Yeah, it does.
Oh my God. I can't concentrate. What was it?
What are some common misconceptions about being a dean?
Oh, they were like, for lack of a better term, like a hard ass.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so far from it. And that they're like, they're the ones who put the rules in place and we're in charge. It's not even close. Like, we all work together to go, all right, I'm past it. We all work together to go like, okay, what's a fair setup of rules for kids to follow and be successful? We dialogue a lot about it. It's not my way or the highway. We communicate a ton. Like, let's say I have a kid do something wrong, and it's kind of newer. Like, oh, I haven't had that one happen before. Mm-hmm. I would never be like, well, this is what I think, and that's how it's going to be, because I can make mistakes. And a lot of times for me, I like the kids so much, I worry that I'm going to be soft on them. Yeah. Which in reality, that's not helping you. Mm-hmm. Not holding people accountable doesn't do anything for them in the long run. So. Yeah, I think that's definitely one of them. I will consult with all my colleagues because I think they're smart and have value and things to offer that will help me do a better job. And I don't go into this, a big misconception I think is I go into this and this is just a job. I treat you like I want my own kids treated, and that it's not against you. You are like, when I'm here, like if this was my kid, what would be the best way to help them in this situation? Hold them accountable, but make them so that you get better as a human as you progress.
Yeah. Alright, that's all I have for that one.
Once you get past that layer, it's actually pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's bad.
Oh,
it was bad at the beginning. Oh,
this is worse.
What is it?
Lemon juice.
Gross.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say it. You're just gonna just wolf it. All right. Okay. Ready?
Cheers.
Cheers. Oh. Oh my God.
All right, what do you want to get out of the 2023 volleyball season?
Oh, good question. Well, I'm going to talk to your sister today. So, I want the hard work to come to fruition because a lot of this every year's is unique. It's not bad after the first shot.
Yeah. It calms down. After
Yeah, it did,
a bit.
right? So every year's, it's got its own different set of circumstances. And like the last 2 years, we'd be young and maybe only have like 2 senior leaders or veterans. This year, I want to see that senior leadership, which I know is there, and the juniors, which I know is there. Like we have a very veteran group coming back. And obviously tryouts haven't happened, everything starts clean slate. But you also know who's been in your program for a while. I want to see the McHenry kids win the games they should win. And that's been a big thing that I don't think we've done. Like we'll be physically and more talented, but to push over that edge and go, no, we're better as a team as well, we haven't gotten there yet. And I think this collective group is really, they're very calm, they're very mature, they're very focused, and I think that with that coming in, I want to see them able to feel the success of all this hard work that they've put in for years. And two, I really want to enjoy it. I just always want to enjoy it with them because they're fun. Like they're funny and they're goofy, and I learn new words all the time. And I just love it, and I want, it's fun for me to be part of it for them. But for them to have a full, a really satisfying high school experience, they need to experience those victories that they've earned. So yeah, I want to see us have a better record than last year because we should, and win those games. Because if that happens, we're in a totally different setup. Also, I do want to see us win a regional. That's a big one. I really want it. Yeah, really want it.
Definitely agree with that one. All right, that's all I have for that one. So we have our last candy, which is the toxic waste.
Sweet.
This one,
toxic waste.
Yeah, this one's like a warhead, but I think it's worse because it doesn't go away. Great. Oh boy.
Why do you take these?
Because
I've already been like, I'm not doing this. It's on you. All right. 1, 2, 3, go.
Okay. If you could get rid of one discipline problem, what would it be? Like you would never have to deal with this problem ever again.
Class cuts. Go to freaking class. It drives me insane. Class cuts, by far. Because when you're cutting class, you hurt yourself, okay? You devalue what your teacher has to say. And then, so now you made them mad, rightfully so, because you're saying what you have to say doesn't matter. Good choice, Cooper. Oh my God. It's really, really bad. And then it creates a culture where you're just milling around. Like, oh my God, Cooper. I'm like drooling. It's like a mall. Like, we're just walking around. And if that's the case, there's too many opportunities for things to go. I know, right? Your face is so pink. This is a bad one. Oh, you're just like walking around like the opportunity to do something wrong is right in your face. It's like, it's going to be bad. It's like if I walk into a candy store, I'm going to eat the candy. It's going to happen. Even though it's not good for me. If you're walking around with opportunities to get in trouble, you're going to get in trouble. So, class cuts just the bane of my existence. And I'm not a big fan of AIM. At all. And not for the purpose of it, but just, it's hard to hold kids accountable in AIM. And then you got kids who are not doing anything wrong. And they'll get marked class cut through, the system, and it's not easy. And then I feel bad because I'm calling them down, going, where were you? And they're like, I was over here. I'm like, shoot, so then I made them apprehensive to actually use AIM for what it's for. So, yeah, class cuts by far. Those are the hardest to control. They really are. And they're not bad kids. They're just, whatever, I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. So, but it just leads to a school's too big and too many kids to not have, we got to go where we got to go because then the poop hits the fan.
Yeah. Well, your first year being a dean was like COVID year, right? So did you see like better improvement with for the people that were in the building, like when there was no AIM?
Yep.
You did?
Well, because the kids that were brought in at that point, I didn't have like a regular schedule. And it's hard to say. I saw an improvement, but it was almost like, very awkward in the building, because it was different groups. We broke it up by, I think, like alphabet and all that kind of thing. So, and everyone was walking around with a mask on. You didn't see anybody's face. So, it was better because it was so subdued, but it wasn't a better school environment. I'm not saying that. The cuts were down because, there was really nothing to do. Like
Yeah.
your friends weren't all here, and it was just different. But yeah, it was down. It was down by default.
Yeah.
Make sense?
Mhm.
It does go away.
Yeah. I'm surprised that it did. It's
Your
like
teeth
in
got
my
big.
mind. I know. It's just every time I'm like, I'm trying not to cry. All right, that's all I have. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Bye, guys.
Mine.